I'm Jay.
And I'm John.
And we're Bucket List Travellers, coming to you from San Juan del Sur.
In this video, we'll be taking you on a walking tour of San Juan del Sur.
We're starting our walking tour at the Casa office. It's from this spot that you can get a free transfer to the Casa resort that's around 5 miles outside of town in San Juan del Sur.
And Casa is really nice. It's a luxury resort. It's got 2 huge pools. It's got water slide.
A waterfall.
A waterfall that you can jump off into the pool below. The food there is really good as well. We had lobster. We had all sorts of entrees, and the desserts looked really good. I am so disappointed that we didn't leave room for dessert. That was a bit of a fail.
Yeah, we ran out of time. It was really unfortunate. And it was $15 for the day pass.
But that includes your food. So you basically get $15 off your food when you stay there or when you get the day pass. So that's pretty good. Really good value, hey?
Yeah, if you're in San Juan del Sur, then we certainly recommend you check out Casa for the day pass.
Yeah, definitely. Now you can see Tigo up there. That is a type of cell phone, or it's a cell phone brand here in Nicaragua. A couple of the big ones are Tigo and Claro. We found Tigo's a little bit more expensive, but the customer service is really good.
And the coverage is generally better than Claro.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see another recharge station here for Tigo. You can get recharge cards or SIM cards from a lot of different vendors all around Nicaragua, even in little towns and villages and stuff like that. It's pretty good. You generally get quite a few of the social medias included, like WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook. That will not count towards your minutes, which is nice.
Yeah. So our walking tour today, we're going to walk towards the back of the San Juan del Sur town, a couple of streets back from the beach. So we've done another walking tour of San Juan del Sur a little bit earlier this year, and we focus more around the beach area. So there's a bit more to San Juan del Sur than the beach, and so we're going to showcase that for you now.
San Juan del Sur is a really beautiful beach town, but it also has a lot of restaurants and cafes in the main town area. It's got a very vibrant nightlife as well, and I think they have like fun day Sunday or drinking day of going around to the different hostels. That's quite popular.
Yeah, so San Juan del Sur is very much a tourist town these days. It attracts tourists from everywhere, the US, Europe, Canada, Australia too.
So there's definitely a lot of expats. There's a community of expats that live here. There's a lot of accommodation options for all budgets. Some luxury, really nice accommodation, some very budget backpackery kind of ones.
Yeah, there's a whole range, and there's plenty of Airbnbs to choose from as well, so plenty of options here.
Even though Nicaragua is a Spanish-speaking country, around San Juan del Sur, you'll find a lot of English speakers. So if you're more after an English-speaking experience, this is probably the best place in Nicaragua to come for that.
Yeah. So San Juan del Sur was originally a fishing village. It's over 150 years old, so it was first built around the 1850s. And so there was an interesting story to this. It was born out of the California gold rush. There was a large migration of Europeans looking to get their fortune in the new world of US and California, and
needed a way to get to California from Europe.
Yes, so it was a very, very long voyage, but to cut time, what they would do is go to Central America, go up through the Rio San Juan from the Atlantic coast or the Caribbean, and then make their way up through Lake Nicaragua to Rivas, and then they would travel overland for around 50-60 miles to get to the port of San Juan del Sur. And so travelers would stay here before they take another steamboat up
to California.
Up to California. So that's how San Juan del Sur developed and became the popular tourist town it is today.
San Juan del Sur is still a very popular tourist town, and these days things like surfing are very popular in San Juan del Sur.
Now, you won't be able to surf at the actual Bay of San Juan del Sur. The best surfing at surf beaches are either further north or further south. So
Probably about half an hour drive in each direction.
yeah, so the key beaches are Playa Maderas or Playa Hermosa. They're both roughly half an hour in either direction.
Other activities, swimming is really nice. You can swim in the actual Playa San Juan del Sur, the beach at San Juan del Sur. Again, the beach is 20-30 minutes drive south or north are going to be better. You can also do catamaran tours, and there's even turtle hatching season,
At Playa la Flor,
which is south of San Juan del Sur. And when's the season for that?
I think it starts from September. The hatching starts from September.
And it runs for a couple of months. So through to like December or January. That would be amazing to see. If you are in the area during turtle hatching season, definitely go down to Playa la Flor. We also do a lot of travel videos and food vlogs and all sorts of other travel-related content. So if you want to see more videos like this, then don't forget to subscribe.
We're now arriving at the Parque Central, which you will find in every Nicaraguan town and city. There will be a central park right in the center of town. Right next to it, you will have a cathedral or church of the town. The church that you just saw was Iglesia Católica de San Juan Bautista. So there's a little bit of shade here, and there's also some play equipment for children as well. You see that truck off to the right there? That's a community health mobile centre. So you can see these all around the country, and they're basically mobile health clinics for the community. It's a really good service and free. Around Central Parks, you will typically find food vendors, so you can get empanadas. We found cajetas here on this particular day, and we'll
Which
see
is
that.
like fudge.
Yeah, like sweets, Nicaraguan sweets. There are also a number of cafes close to the Central Parks. Straight ahead of us, you have a Cafe Indio del Sur, and that's a really nice and popular cafe around here, and it's one of the more affordable cafes as well. So if you like a bargain and good coffee, then go to Indio del Sur.
And we can see off to the left here, there's a school, and right out in front, there's some ice cream for sale. That ice cream vendor is selling ice cream out of his truck or out of his little cart thing.
You will find ice cream vendors all around Nicaragua. I think the weather's very suitable for ice cream.
Yeah, definitely ice cream weather.
And you will know they're coming because you will hear a ringing of a bell a long way away.
Yeah. And there's some popular brands of ice cream in Nicaragua. Probably the most popular is Eskimo. There's also Dos Pinos.
Which is from Costa Rica.
Yeah. And some places just sell homemade gelato, which is also very nice and very affordable. And I think the one that we saw was just selling hand-scooped ice cream into cones.
Yeah.
So not the packaged brand ones. Just ahead of us, we can see the Latin American Spanish School. So learning to speak Spanish is one of the great things to do in Nicaragua. Nicaragua is a Spanish-speaking country, and it is a cheap place to live and to travel through. So if you've got some time on your hands, then coming here and taking a class in Spanish is a great way to learn a second language.
And here we
have the cajetas.
The cajetas, so a range of Nicaraguan sweets. There's coconut flavor. There's
So the pink one's coconut.
Yeah.
As well as the brown one, they're both coconut. And then you've got peanut, you've got papaya.
Which is the orange one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one, I believe this was around 35 Cordobas or around $1 US. If you're in Nicaragua, make sure you try out some cajetas. Now we're just going to make our way closer to the beach. So we're about probably 2 or 3 blocks away from the bay.
So San Juan del Sur is a beautiful stretch of sand. I'd say it's probably better for having long sunset walks along the beach than swimming, although you can swim there as well. It also has some really nice restaurants right on the beach. They've got some good 2-for-1 cocktail specials. We've had some of those looking out over the water, which is quite nice. The restaurants are a little bit more expensive right on the beachfront, as you'd expect from most beachfront places, but still not too bad. I guess any restaurant in Nicaragua is going to be reasonably affordable by world standards. And we can see Casa Oro ahead of us here. This is a popular hostel, and they also do transportation to the different beaches. They've got a shuttle service, which is reasonably affordable, a couple of dollars to get up to Playa Maderas, or they've also got shuttles that go down south as well.
To Playa Hermosa and Playa la Coco.
At the moment with COVID, these shuttles aren't as frequent, so you just have to check with the hotel in terms of their timings, because they're not as frequent as they have been in peak tourist season.
Yeah. We just passed a truck with water bottles. Now, in Nicaragua, and San Juan del Sur included, most of the tap water is potable, meaning that you can drink the tap water, which is really cool and quite different from other parts of Central America. So Costa Rica, you can also drink the tap water, but you can't in Guatemala, you can't in Honduras. You need bottled water. That said, bottled water is still very popular, especially amongst expat community here in San Juan del Sur.
And it's reasonably cheap to get a massive bottle of water that you can just have in your accommodation and top up your daily water bottle that you take around town.
The weather in San Juan del Sur is hot all year. It would generally be around 30 degrees Celsius or in the 80s Fahrenheit. And the hottest time of the year is actually just before the rainy season, which kicks off in late April, early May. So that's when it's getting closer to 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 34, 35 degrees Celsius, and the humidity really kicks up just before the rain. And then from late April onwards, you're in the rainy season. And that said, it
rains in the afternoon, but during the day it's generally pretty good.
Yeah, you will see this in the mornings. It will look exactly like this. And then by 2, 3 p.m, then the storm clouds roll in. There's a big lightning show, and then it all passes.
So we're arriving at the beach here. Now, if you go off to the left, you'll see a lot of street vendors, and continuing on that way, you'll get to a couple of market stalls where you can get freshly caught seafood that's just come in. And if you go off to the right, there you'll have all the beachfront restaurants, which are really good for having a nice meal or a cocktail by the water. Yeah, so we had some 2-for-1 cocktails at Restaurante Vivian, and that was really nice. They've got prime position overlooking the water and overlooking the Christ statue, which is called what in Spanish?
Cristo de la Misericoria, which is Christ of Mercy.
Yeah, so that is a large statue of the Christ, and it's on top of the cliff. It's a great place to go for beautiful views. It's an iconic statue in San Juan del Sur, and it's one of the largest Christ statues in the world.
So it's a really great vantage point overlooking the bay of San Juan del Sur. So it's probably about a 40-minute walk up there.
And it's a steep walk up.
It is quite a steep hike, but well worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
We are on the beach, and being the land of lakes and volcanoes, it also comes with earthquake. Yes, earthquake risk and the risks of tsunamis. So just be mindful of that, and you will see
the tsunami sign there.
Yep. So this is a hazard zone for tsunami. So just be mindful of any tsunami evacuation routes. There might be some signs around the place. Now, there was a big tsunami in 1992, and that tsunami just ruined around 60% of the town at that point in time. And the tsunami run-up was 5 meters.
Yeah, so you can see off to the right, there's a tsunami evacuation sign.
Even though it's relatively rare, the risk is there. And we have seen recently in late 2021 that there have been some earthquakes around San Juan del Sur, or just off sea. I think around magnitude 5. So the tsunami in 1992 was generated from an earthquake that was magnitude 7, okay, which is pretty big. Just be mindful that risk is there.
But don't let it deter you, because
No.
most of the time you'll be fine.
Yes.
So we can see some more gelato places around. There's plenty of places to get ice cream here, which is good for us. We like our ice cream.
We certainly do. So back a few streets, there are some really great cafes here. So Ikal is one place that we've been to. We really enjoyed the food there.
Yeah, so you just saw it off to the left. And we did pass, just when John was going on about his tsunamis, we passed La Tostaderia, which is another great place. I really liked their Eggs Benedict. I'd say that's probably the best Eggs Benedict I have ever had. And
They've got some really nice desserts as well.
yeah, so the food there is really good. Simon Says is another great cafe for breakfast around San Juan del Sur, and that one is really good value as well, and a really nice garden area.
Other cafes that we'd recommend would be the Art Warehouse. They have some amazing food and great coffee, and they've got matcha tea lattes as well, and a whole range of really yummy drinks too. And there's also the Ding Repair Cafe that's a couple of streets back closer to the Central Park. That's also a really popular cafe to check out. On your left here, we have the Mercado Municipal, or the local markets.
They're a great place to come for good value fruit and vegetables, as well as some cheap local food that you can get for your lunch. There's a lot of little restaurant kind of eateries, or I guess it's more like a cafeteria style food. And off to the left, you can see there's a lot of local buses that you can catch right from opposite the Mercado.
Yeah, and this is where you get your buses back to Rivas.
Yeah, so Rivas is one of the major transport hubs in Nicaragua. From there, you can get to most of the major towns and cities in Nicaragua. You can get to Ometepe Island, you can get to Granada or Managua, and you can get to the border with Costa Rica. And where's that?
Las Peñitas.
San Juan del Sur is only about an hour from the border with Costa Rica, so it makes a good stop when you're going from Nicaragua to Costa Rica or vice versa. And it's such a popular tourist town that we would say if you are going to Costa Rica from Nicaragua, don't forget to go to San Juan del Sur.
And just on your left here, we have the Art Warehouse. So we mentioned that a couple of minutes ago. Great cafe, great food, great drinks. Highly recommended.
And as the name would suggest, a lot of art on the walls.
Ah, yes, yeah. They've got a little art gallery too. And you can do art classes there as well, which is pretty cool.
And off to the left, you can see a store called AMPM or Amepeme. And that is a convenience store chain that's very popular in Nicaragua. So the prices are a bit more expensive than the local corner stores that are called pulperias, which are just family-run businesses, but very convenient and located in a lot of places around Nicaragua and open 24 hours.
Yeah. So straight ahead of us, you've got a few ladies with containers on their heads. They have fruit and vegetables, so they're local fruit and vegetable vendors.
Their prices are quite a bit cheaper than going to a supermarket or a convenience store, and you're supporting directly to a local. So we highly recommend getting your fruit and vegetables from local vendors. It's cheaper for you and it supports the local economy, and it's fresh and local.
We're coming to the end of our Nicaragua walking tour of San Juan del Sur. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please give it a like and leave us a comment.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.